It's Monday morning, which means that we got Misfits Market. This time it's a little bigger than I expected. Let's see what's in there. In this video, I'll try to make as many dishes as I can from mostly Misfits Market. Let's see. Turned out that the video wasn't recording. So this is box number 1. This time I also ordered maple syrup, but the rest of the order was pretty similar to what we usually order. It was produce, mushrooms, greens, and peanut butter. I must say that I ordered much more than we would usually eat during the week, so it was enough for a couple weeks, and some things I froze and we had them on hand for the rest of the month. Here is pretty much what we're going to use this week, including different grains and pastas, maybe. Don't usually have a plan right on top of my head. Of course, with some items I do when I see potatoes like this much, plus turnips and maybe squash. And onions, of course. I already imagine that this will be soup with celery and some peppers. Bread I want to bake and make a Russian dish called grenki, which is basically fried, something like French toast. Carrots also go to the soup. This is for salads, this is for salads, this is for salads. This will be cooked maybe with fish, maybe alone. As you can see, somebody is already feeding herself. This is definitely a staple in our house. It's very easy to make and very nutritious and filling. Monday preparations and cooking. They're almost full now, and I'm going to boil them either this evening before going to bed or in the morning tomorrow. The same with rice. These are the vegetables that I washed and I'm going to pre-cut and saute now. These are going to be stuffed peppers. Peppers came from Misfits Market, perfect, look at this, amazing for stuffed peppers. So there are 4 peppers. Oops. I'm going to use peppers, pieces of peppers that I cut, 1 small onion, garlic, which I actually didn't add, celery, yellow squash, mushrooms, and I already boiled quinoa. And of course spices that I always have on hand. The main ingredients of this are beans, different types of beans, and vegetables. You can also add kale and mushrooms. I make it in a big pot to be used for several dinners a week. I also freeze the rest and it can stay in the freezer for up to 2 months. You can serve it with rice, pasta, mashed potatoes, or anything you like. And as usual for dinner, I made a salad. As for me, there is nothing better than rice and beans. Yes, we are these boring people that eat oatmeal every morning. So in the morning my husband makes oatmeal that I later mix with berries, peanut butter, chia seeds, or anything I'd like. This morning I boiled butternut squash, which is better steamed, but this is quick. and prepare it for next mornings to add to oatmeal. also added peanut butter, raisins, and chia seeds. This dish is my husband's favorite and it's really easy to make. You take any vegetables you like stir-fried. We add a lot of onions, of course, for flavor, because we don't use salt. Saute them on cast iron with coconut oil. And close to the end, add flour, which I'll be using chickpea flour, and plant milk to make it thicker. When your vegetables are almost done, add your favorite spices. While vegetables are sautéing, mix the sauce. You will need peanut butter, water, liquid aminos, or salt if you use it. You can also add spices at this point. Mix it well, then add flour to vegetables. Let it absorb all the remaining water in there and mix it with the sauce. And plant milk. I served it with quinoa, falafel, and sauerkraut. This is a variation of the first dish I cooked with tomatoes, beans, and vegetables. In this case, you use coconut milk instead of tomatoes, black beans, and any vegetables you prefer. For lunch we usually eat soup, so I make one big pot of soup for the whole week and we eat it for lunch. It's simple, nutritious, and it saves a lot of time and money. For this week we had lentil soup. These are the 4 easy steps you can follow to make it. I will just add that it's really good with corn and coconut milk, which you can add at the end, but it's not necessary. You can add tomato sauce there in addition to water. You can use vegetable stock. It's our daughter's favorite soup. And here I'm making stuffed peppers. The stuffing I usually freeze and use for stuffing something else during the week or for the next week. In the freezer it can stay for a couple months pretty fresh and you can use it anytime you need. I'm never able to measure it right. That's why I always have extra, and that's why this extra can always come handy later. As you can see, I have 4 stuffed peppers, from which we will only eat 2, and 2 of the rest will freeze. I also pre-cut carrots and Brussels sprouts, which I will add here with a little bit of water so they will boil and steam a little bit in the oven. The rest of the stuffing, I'll put it in a Ziploc and put it in the freezer for the next time I have anything that I can stuff. If you love mushrooms, you will definitely like this dish. It's simple and delicious. While my husband was making salad, I made a Russian dish called grenki. It's fried bread with beaten eggs and plant milk and spices, really simple and goes really well with the cauliflower sauce that I made. This recipe is perfect for any type of berries you have, and this time I decided to try to make it with butternut squash because I had a ton of butternut squash and I had to use it somehow. This way you can have a dessert from very simple plant-based ingredients. This is also gluten-free. If you are interested in the recipe, comment down below. Then I realized that I have poppy seeds in the cupboard, which I haven't used for quite a while, so I decided why not, and I did them as well. The only problem was that if you add poppy seeds or chia seeds maybe as well, you have to add more sweetener, otherwise it will be more bland than you would want. A simple trick here: if you don't have any paper cups for muffins, you can just use 2 slips of parchment paper and put them as a cross, put whatever you are baking in them, and then to pull them when they are ready, you just pull slips of paper and it's easily done, nothing gets stuck. They may not look as pretty as any desserts you may buy in a store, but believe me, your kids and husband will love them. They are really delicious. Even though I like cooking and I cook most of the things from scratch, some nights I still want to cook less and eat some simple food like fish and quinoa with veggies. Asparagus I prefer to cook in the oven. I just sprinkle lemon juice on top and put in the oven for about 20-30 minutes. The same bun of bread that I bought with Misfits Market was actually enough for both grenki and French toast for Sunday morning. This bread you're supposed to bake, but you don't have to, because you're going to cook it anyway, so I just cut it pre-made and cooked from it. This way it's less messy because of the crumbs. And maple syrup that I purchased this week was good for about a month or two after that. I also made cauliflower sauce, only I substituted cauliflower with romaine this week. This has simple ingredients: boiled cauliflower, water or plant milk, olive oil, garlic and spices. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos!